Good morning, YouTube and Twitch. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Good start to the weekend so far. Right, let's get back to this. So where were we? We're on episode 4 now, aren't we? Episode 3 was a, I won't say disaster in the courtroom compared to the second one where he got away with it, I believe. The third one, we convicted. I can't remember the names. One of them, they kind of like pleaded with us, and we took it, and we used him to, we collaborate with him to take down the main killer, the rich guy, the hedge funder, what it's called, whatever it was. Anyway, let's start without further ado. Let's start episode 4. Hope you guys will be in a treat. Let's see what happens.
Justice system. The people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police, to investigate crime, and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
If you don't know it by now, you know, apparently I'm a weak prosecutor. Shit, this is a kid.
Hell, kid, it ain't even midnight yet. You're jumping the gun. Tourist shit. Well, every little bit helps. What? It's not like you're gonna use it. What do you expect me to do? Cry over your little broken body? Call the cops? It's not like they're gonna give two craps. Not with everything else that's going down the line. Okay, damn it. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
Is he a homeless bum or just a drunk?
Took you long enough.
Yeah, well, I had to put on my face. I wanted to look my best for the big party.
Midnight. Welcome to the new millennium.
Oh, we're in year 2000.
Like the old millennium.
Old Lang Syne. I used to play that on the keyboard because the keyboard I used to have had lights on it. Would lit up the keys that you need to press, and then I remembered how to play it. But obviously now I haven't touched a piano or keyboard in many years now. I'm gonna have to play.
Should be here with the body bag anytime.
Poor little kid. He doesn't look more than 12 years old.
Some city we live in, huh? Severe internal hemorrhaging, broken radius, multiple contusions.
Somebody beat him with a baseball bat?
Nah, something with a sharper edge. Check out the gash across his scalp. He's also got a burn mark on his hand.
Cigarette.
From the taser.
Oh, taser.
Definitely fresh.
Oh, it's probably cigarettes. 2 cigarette burns.
Date, probably. Body's pretty stiff. No ID.
You taser a hand?
Nothing in his pockets. See the ring around the top of his head where his hair is plastered down?
Hat hair. He was wearing a cap earlier today. I've heard of kids getting killed for their shoes, but their hats? What about the bag?
Empty.
Why would he be holding an empty bag?
Hey.
Oh, he's the newspaper or pizza delivery boy, I'm guessing.
This guy hanging around outside the alley. Elijah the Prophet.
You know him?
Sure. Picked him up at 5 for disturbing the peace. Found him standing on his shopping cart outside the Schubert, ranting about Y2K.
I was just telling the people what the puppet masters don't want them to know.
Oh, he's got blood on his hat. Oh, that's not a good sign, son. You should not have picked that hat, and you're gonna make a suspect.
Why don't you tell me what you know about the dead kid over there?
I'm the one who reported the murder, okay? I'm the good guy here.
Yeah? Well, before I put in for your Good Citizenship Award, you gotta tell me, what did you take from the body?
What? Do I look like a grave robber? I didn't take nothing.
Why did you lie? Son, why did you lie? There's fucking blood on the cat.
That cap doesn't fit you so well.
It shrank in the wash.
Or maybe you swiped it off the kid.
All right. He was through using it, wasn't he? Now let me go. I gotta get over to the Lincoln Tunnel and go protect my stockpile from looters.
Y2K.
Listen,
It's probably a
I know
red herring,
you're
actually, thinking about
I'm
it.
just a cop, but take it from me, this Y2K bug is a bunch of BS.
That's what you government stooges want us to think. But I'm not one of your gullible plebes. I read.
Well, there's your problem.
And I'll tell you another thing. After your computer-controlled police state comes crashing down, I'll be equipped to survive.
In the style to which you've grown accustomed, no doubt.
Yeah, I knew it was red herring. Well,
I want you to turn over everything you took off the kid. Now.
I'm homeless, officer. Everything I own is on me. So go ahead, search.
I thought he had a car. Yeah, just I put the guy around outside the alley now. The prophet picked him up at 5, disturbing the peace, found him standing on his shopping cart outside. No. He's got a shopping cart. What is the crime from a home phone mentioned his stockpiles and the beat cop said he had a shopping cart. Yeah.
I seem to recall you saying something about a stockpile.
Nobody gets near my stockpile. I'm a citizen. I got a constitutional right to my stuff. It's there in the Fourth Amendment, pig.
I'll have to read it sometime. But meanwhile, you're still the most likely suspect in this
It's
case.
quite typical in America where people say, "Oh, I got my rights, right this, right that." And,
Okay, buddy, tell the truth.
freedom of
Did
speech
you do
and
this?
so on and
Kill
so
the
forth.
kid, you mean? You think I killed the kid and then turned around and reported it? Do I look crazy?
The Risco.
So, where were you at 8 o'clock this evening?
Enjoying the hospitality of the 5th Precinct. I was in the holding tank.
Well, we've got enough reason to damn him, really, because we didn't say anything about 8 o'clock. Around 8. Probably body's pretty stiff. Nothing like that. Picked him up at 5 for disturbing the peace. So what is that holding? No. I don't know. Ah, okay, whatever.
That true?
Yeah, he was released about 8:30.
Yeah, I guess that clears you.
Wait, is holding tank like some sort of like cell? Because I know that he got picked up at 5. So is that what a holding tank is? If it is, then obviously I didn't know what it is. And these terminologies, I have no idea what it was. If a holding tank is a cell, then yeah, I should have clicked yes. Because it said that the officer picked him up at 5. I'm guessing 5 means 5 o'clock. Why did it time to put the screws to profit a liar? No. Oh my gosh, I had a feeling it was yes, but I
can
don't
take you
understand
down
why.
to the station right now and let the jackbooted thugs work you over, or you can take me to your stockpile. Which is it gonna be?
I'm not scared of you. Come the stroke of midnight, your police state's gonna collapse like a rotten jackal.
I'm not gonna use I just woke up as an excuse. Can Briscoe prove that a liar is mistaken? Yeah. How so? What the fuck did you just say? Come the stroke of midnight, you piece gonna collapse like a rotten. I was gone past. I was past midnight.
I hate to burst your bubble, Mr. Prophet, but it's already after midnight.
Huh? I should have known it would be off. Stupid tourist junk. But I don't get it. The system's supposed to be crashing. How come the streetlights are still on?
We have this super secret emergency backup system.
Damn you guys. You think of everything.
Should I call the station and have them charge up the cattle prods?
No, that won't be necessary. Follow me. There's my stockpile. Stuff I got from the kid's bag is in the bundle on top.
Fosse program, Annie get your gun sweatshirt, cabaret mugs, 1 ticket to Aida. Hey, a credit card receipt.
Yeah, that ought to get us somewhere.
Oh, I just scraped through the barrel, you know, bottom of the barrel. No rank up though.
And the credit card people told you right where I was staying?
They had a record of the hotel charge, Mrs. Tallis, and the hotel confirmed you're booked through the end of the week.
Amazing. You managed to recover my stolen bag when I didn't even report the crime.
That's the networked world for you.
And here I thought all the networks were going to be down today.
For God's sake.
We're investigating the murder of the thief, and we'd like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Of course. As long as I don't miss curtain time. We're catching Dame Edna tonight.
Here's a photo of the merchandise we recovered from the shopping cart. Do you see everything that was in your bag?
I think so, yes. Aha! So that's where my ticket to Aida went. I emptied out my handbag looking for that son of a gun. Had to miss the... Wait. Statue of Liberty.
Come again?
There was a model of the Statue of Liberty, about yay high. It had a marble base with a clock in it.
No reason to doubt her. Prophet, how do you know Prophet Elijah said he was saving one item as his commission? Curtis mentioned his transaction recorded on the credit card. The item found on the scene was found in the green at the marble case. Yes. That one there. The clock was off as well. He said it was off. The time was
Can
off
you tell us
by
where
about
the
5
bag was
minutes or
stolen?
whatever. 5-10
It
minutes.
was on 42nd Street, about, 4:30. I was just coming from the half-price ticket booth, very pleased with myself. I'd managed to snag the very last ticket to a preview of Aida. I felt a tug, and before I knew what was what, there he was, zipping away with my bag.
So you wouldn't be able to ID him.
I'm afraid I didn't see his face, just his backside.
Does this fit with the facts? Well, it's 4:30, so it's possible. The beat cop reported matches Mrs. Tanner's story. Bag had a ticket in the Aida hotel bar confirmed was late for happy hour. Surveillance camera recorded the crime. Well, the beat cop said about just 5, right? He said that he came at 5 and saw him on his wait. The cop said that at 5 o'clock. Hey, detective caught this guy hanging around outside the alley. Picked him up at 5 for disturbing the peace. Found him standing on his shopping cart outside the Schubert. Maybe? It's probably the second one then. Fuck. Yeah, whatever. New York visit.
What brought you to New York?
The Millennium, of course.
It's not the Millennium back in St. Louis?
Well, of course, but this is where the action is. My friends and I are part of the Theater Society, the Looky-Loos. We make a Broadway trek once a year, usually in the fall. But this time around, we decided to wait a bit, so we could be part of all the fun in Times Square.
I don't remember Y2K, year 2000. I think I was asleep when it happened. I can't remember.
How come you didn't report the crime?
Well, I mean, it was New Year's Eve. I'm sure the police had their hands full just keeping the peace.
So it was a courtesy to us?
Well, that and, you know, I'm flying back to St. Louis tonight, and what can I say? I guess I just chalked it up as a loss.
No, it's booked for the end of the week. She says she's flying back today. She says home in Damon Time. The theft occurred on New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve. Mrs. Bag contention. Oh. Seen Dame Edna tonight? Or she didn't ask me not St. Louis. Let's see what she said. The crime told you through to end of the week. We're catching Dame Edna tonight.
Leaving tonight? You're cutting the trip short?
I thought you were seeing Dame Edna.
Oh, that's right. Today's only Tuesday. You see? You've got me all flustered.
Mrs. Tallis, where were you at 8 o'clock last night?
Was that the time of the murder? Are you asking me for my alibi?
If you don't mind.
Not at all. This is just like that TV show. Wait till the girls hear about this.
Mrs. Tallis.
I was at Aida, of course, with the other looky-loo ladies.
But you ain't got a ticket though. Maria said she was credit cards and she charged for Ada to ship the half price was ticket was among some items, yeah.
Wait, wasn't your ticket one of the things that was stolen?
Yes, and it was the last one available. You caught me, detectives. Truth is, since I couldn't get in, I ended up killing time. Just milling about with the New Year's crowds. I was waiting for the show to be over so I could meet up with the group and hear about it. I don't think it's going to run long.
Did you get a good look at the thief?
Oh, not really. It all happened so fast.
Try to remember. You may have been the last person to see him alive.
Oh, dear. He was just a boy, poor thing. Brown hair. I think he was wearing a sports jersey of some sort.
Brown hair?
It had a logo
He had a hat
on
though.
the front of, you know, that team that plays the game with the ball.
Consistent. No. She said she only saw the backside, right? So how could she see the front? The boy's coat was zipped up. She testified she didn't know the sex of the thief. She said she only saw the boy from behind.
You saw the logo on the boy's jersey while he was running away?
Oh, well, no, what I mean is, I recognize the team colors.
Which are?
You know, green and gold.
What are you not telling us, Mrs. Tallis?
Well, I suppose I did see a bit more of the boy than I let on. I got into a bit of a tussle with him before he got away.
She tased him. She hit him.
You got into a tussle.
I'm not entirely naive, you know. I'm well aware how rough the streets of Manhattan can be.
She got guns,
especially
so
on
she
New
got
Year's
taser.
Eve. Let's just say I came prepared.
May I?
I feel just awful about it now, knowing what happened to the boy, you know, after. But, well, it was the instinct of self-preservation kicking in.
Well, from the looks of it, your instincts are quite healthy, Mrs. Tallis. Did you go after the thief with any of these weapons?
Of course not. He was just a child. I'd never risk hurting a child.
No. Okay, so there was a taser burn in the hand of the boys, okay.
We found a taser burn on the boy's hand.
Did you? Yes, I suppose I may have tased him. Not badly, mind you. Just a little mini tase. Enough to knock him down. Then I grabbed from my bag and we tussled.
But he got away.
Children are slippery.
Mrs. Tallis, how would you like front row tickets to a new drama? It's playing down at the Manhattan Criminal Court building.
Now, wait a minute, detective. You don't seriously think...
That you're holding something back? Yes. So why don't you hand it over?
It's the boy's backpack. I pulled it off him when we were, you know...
Tussling.
Right. I said to him, give me my bag and I'll give you yours. But he just took off without it. I guess he was scared.
And why didn't you tell us this at the start?
Take a look inside. You'll see his trinkets are considerably more valuable than mine. I figured I got the better deal in the exchange. And it would have made such a great punchline to my story.
Yes, I leveled up, guys. Rank up. Boss, so what about the race?
Looks like our victim had a busy day.
You promised me the race, but
What
you
is any of
haven't,
this
I haven't
stuff
got
gonna
shit
get us
yet.
closer to an ID?
Oh my gosh. So go into objects and select and grab them. Click on arrows to navigate around the scene. Okay, what do we need to find? We need to find a comic digest, personal item, illegal substance, and a ticket. That's a comic digest, I'm
Check
guessing.
it out. Little Gloomy Comics Digest.
What's the resale value on that, do you think?
Illegal substance, ticket, personal item. Okay. Now, what would the personal item be? Illegal substance. Ticket. Let's see what's inside here.
Change purse.
Oh, there's some 20s in here. Somebody had a sad New Year's Eve.
What's inside? The fuck is this?
Pastrami on rye.
I recognize the sticker. Those are from that deli on 45th and Broadway.
Oh, pastrami.
And March handbag. Deborah would kill for one of these. Not that she's ever gonna get one on my salary. What's playing on the Discman?
Rick and Martin.
That's what comes of living La Vida Loca. You don't notice the sneak thieves.
Got a ticket there.
Top of the world ticket. Time stamped 2 o'clock on the 25th.
So his mom took him to the top of the World Trade Center for Christmas?
Or maybe he took himself up, so he could collect his own Christmas presents from all the tourists.
World
while
Trade
everybody's
Center.
gawking
Feels
out the
bad,
window.
man.
You're a cynic, Curtis, but you're probably right.
Okay, now I'm looking for, what's it? The legal substance. Wait. A Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, where are you?
If the kid drew that, he's pretty good. A cry for help?
To a superhero? He could at least learn how to spell Wonder Woman.
I found this one
Charles
there.
Breton's passion juice.
From behind her.
I don't even want to take a whiff of that.
There we go.
Look at this, look at this.
It's gonna be what, 3 grams of crack?
No, I think it's methamphetamine.
Times are changing. Think the kid smoked it?
More likely he was transporting it for somebody. Hey, what's that?
Voucher for a free lunch at the 9th Avenue Community Center.
And it's from a child welfare agency. Good Shepherd. Turn it over.
Bingo.
Aaron Bauer.
We got a name.
Good Shepherd. Name sounds familiar. Catholic agency?
Yeah, I'm calling him right now. This is Detective Ray Curtis of the 27th Precinct. I've got some information about someone, a minor. I believe he may be a client of yours. Name's Aaron Bauer. Yes, I'll hold.
Wait a minute. That's that guy. What's his name? Montrose.
Montrose?
Stephen Montrose. He's the director down there. Wrote that book that made a big splash last spring. The Empty High Chair.
Sure. I've seen him on talk shows. He's always going on
About how the child welfare system breaks up families and needs to be reformed from the top down. His agency's been getting tons of good press.
And we'll need the boy's case file as well. Thanks a lot. Kid lived with his mother. Caseworker said she could arrange a meeting at the agency in 3 hours.
Oh, this ought to be pleasant.
How to tell your mother that your child's dead.
That's Aaron, all right.
Feels bad, man.
You're the caseworker?
From the start.
Who are they?
This is Detective Briscoe and Detective Curtis.
Cops? You didn't tell me there was gonna be cops here.
Sit down, Mrs. Bauer.
Did she beat her child? I know I shouldn't stereotype her and stuff like that, but first impression gives off that she may
There's
have.
no easy way to say this. I'm afraid your son Aaron is dead.
What the fuck is that kind of reaction?
He's just messing with you. He's playing possum. He always does that. He makes believe.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Bauer. We found his body last night. Severe head trauma. We're afraid that...
Give me a break, okay? Where is he really? You just want to put him back in City Youth Home.
She's druggy or whatever.
Hell!
We're trying to figure out who did this to him. And we need you to answer some questions.
Yeah? Shoot.
Let's see.
Can you tell us when you last saw Aaron?
He was gone when I woke up. Oh, probably off at the arcade. I was sleeping late, so sue me, right?
Some mother.
Last night was New Year's Eve.
We know, but when did you see your son?
9 o'clock. That's his bedtime. I tucked him in.
Lie. He did at 8 o'clock. It says she was going out for the night. The time of death establishes. Yeah.
Mrs. Bauer, Aaron was killed at 8.
I told you, that's just pretend.
We found your son's backpack, and that's what led us to you. Some items in it lead us to suspect that he was involved in criminal activities.
Bullshit! My Aaron's a good boy. He ain't the type to do drugs.
But it seems like you might be. It's something especially about Mrs. He was involved in criminal activity. We didn't. We said items. We never said anything about drugs, right? It could be a gun because it said involved in criminal activity. You know? An item and it's criminal. It could be a gun. It could be something stolen. We never said nothing about drugs. Because didn't mention drugs, exactly.
We didn't say anything about drugs. Was there anyone who wished your son harm, who might have beat him?
She did.
Oh, he's gonna get a beating, I tell you what. He knows damn well what comes of pulling stunts like this. Yeah, he's gonna get it good.
Mrs. Bauer, did Aaron have any enemies?
Enemies? No. He's just a kid.
Does Mrs. Bowers response settle the question? No. And background contained a threatening letter. Mrs. Telltale aspects have enemies. Orca's only her statement implies that she has beaten Aaron in the past. Yeah. The bottom one makes sense. He didn't have a threatening letter, no. He had that Wonder Woman picture, like, save me. Whatever.
Wait a minute. You ain't New York City cops at all. No. You're from Russell County.
What do
You bastard! You goddamn kidnappers ain't gonna get away with this! You're not taking him again! I'll kill you!
What's going on here?
He's my baby! He's my baby!
You don't have to stand for this, Mrs. Bauer.
No!
Take her.
Of course.
That was perfect. Of course, we got a fucking rank up. That was perfect,
Stephen
son.
Montrose, General Director of Good Shepherd. Would you mind explaining what just happened at my office?
Still my
You
job,
interfered
motherfucker.
with the murder investigation.
Is Jenna Bauer a suspect?
Jenna Bauer is the mother.
Oh, I see. Look, detectives. This agency was set up to serve the needs of at-risk families, those whom the other agencies have abandoned to poverty and addiction.
We understand, but
Do you? You've just come steamrolling in and hit one of my clients with about the most devastating news you can imagine. But instead of leaving her to her grief, you turn around and give her the 3rd degree, like she was a common criminal. Not in my office, detectives, not here.
I'm sorry you don't approve of our technique, Dr. Montrose, but...
I'm familiar with the boy's case history. I can answer your questions.
Okay.
What was Mrs. Bauer yelling about when you came in?
something about us being from Russell County. Come to take her kid?
Can't help you with that one. My knowledge of the Bowers only goes back 2 years. That's when they arrived in New York. Jenna was living on the street when Good Shepherd first intervened, about 6 months later. The legal machine had shunted the boy off to City Youth Home. We successfully fought to get mother and son back together. So you see, Jenna Bauer does have some cause for feeling less than friendly toward the police.
I guess it does. Okay, so okay, set to 9 for... Feels like 998 mispower alluded to the fact Aaron was in City Youth Home.
On the evidence, I'm not so sure Mrs. Bauer should have had custody.
Do you always blame the parent for their child's death, Detective? Or only when the parent is poor?
Now wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. People like Jenna Bauer have had it hard enough in New York just getting by. It doesn't help when the city's guardians look at them like they were moral degenerates.
Are there good reasons to question whether... Yes, there is. She talks about being Aaron. She seems to know he was transporting drugs. Exactly.
She practically bragged that she beat the kid.
You're mistaken, Detective. All of our clients are given intensive training in positive parenting.
I don't mind
How exactly do you train
disciplining
your
kids
clients in positive parenting?
if it's your kids, that
Why
is.
do you ask? Are you looking to
But within
brush up on your
boundaries.
skills?
I just want to know how the training process works.
Well, we've got a publication. Children Can't Be Beat. It serves as our course curriculum. New clients meet once a week to work through the lessons and talk about their own experiences as parents.
This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be discussing the Bauer case?
Oh, there's a red herring. Okay. Okay, so.
When's the last time the Bauer's caseworker paid a visit? Do you know?
Of course. Miss Schuyler filed a visitation report on Christmas Day.
We'll need to see the case file, of course.
I'm sorry, that's not possible.
This is a murder investigation, Dr. Montrose.
The files contain some sensitive material from several years ago, in another state. I assure you nothing remotely relevant to the current tragedy.
Yeah, he said he only knows her for 2 years. The owner states he knows nothing about his life before they came to New York 2 years ago, exactly. This director's so sly, so shady.
I thought you didn't know anything about the Bauers before they came to New York.
Nothing relevant, I meant. Am I a suspect now, too?
Yeah, but you was holding evidence and stuff.
Dr. Montrose, I've got to insist that you follow procedure and turn over the Bauer case file.
You should have called ahead, Detective. Procedure dictates that you give us at least 2 hours advanced warning.
Is this a valid objection? It's a murder case, so I don't think so. It's an investigation. Montrose admitted he has no knowledge of procedure. Curtis did request the files in advance when he signed the agency 3 hours ago. The nature of the case allows Briscoe and Curtis to bypass procedure. Procedure only applies to caseworkers, but not agency directors. That I'm not sure on. Okay. We need the boys, and we'll need the boys' case files as well. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so he is cool in advance. Yeah.
I put in a request when I phoned the caseworker.
Well, I wasn't informed.
What a fucking dickhead!
Partner with us here.
Sorry, but I know what happens when you partner with the city. They tell you they're only going to see that you follow state guidelines, but it's really a pretext for legal action. They'd love to take Good Shepherd away from me.
Well, I thought Good Shepherd was run by the Archdiocese.
The same goes double for them. I stay away from all bureaucrats, sacred and secular.
You know we can get a court order.
You can, but you won't. I've fought the city many times, Detective. It's a powerful adversary, but it hates to look bad in public. I know how to make it look bad. That's how I've bought the space to run my agency my way.
Your private kingdom.
Call it what you will.
Aaron was involved in some shady business.
Crystal meth.
Oh shit, I think right click.
Is there any possibility that he or his mother...
No. Our clients don't abuse drugs.
Is there a reason to check? Yes, there is. So why there's drugs in the bag? His mum knows as well. Montrose himself abuses drugs. Oh, I'm not sure about that. That's a yeah. Van Buren say that Montrose clients are a bunch of tweakers. No. Mrs. Tyler stated that the thief was high on something. Oh, did she say that? One church has already stated that many clients have been addicts. I don't think. Oh, you know, I'm flying back to that. That's right. So then we went. Yes. I was waiting for the show. It just happened. He was a boy puller, but I think he's wearing a sports. Yes. To build the boy went no way. I'm not entirely naive, you know. Came prepared for awful. The instinct of self-preservation kicking in. But he was just a child, no risk it. Child is slipping up later, he does. Okay. So it's not her. Did he say anything? I'll see you. Was set up to serve the needs of at-risk families. What does that mean? Oh, those who abandoned the other agencies have abandoned poverty and addiction. I'm guessing that's drug addiction. So here.
None of them? You said yourself these are at-risk people.
Of course. Most have struggled with addictions of one sort or another. But each of our clients has made a commitment to turn his or her life around. We've worked closely with Mrs. Bauer. We can vouch for her.
So tell me, why did Miss Bauer have such a big problem with cops?
You want to hear about Jenna Bauer's problem with cops? Cops killed Aaron's father. Narco squad kicked down their door in the middle of the night. Started tearing the place apart looking for contraband. When Mr. Bauer stepped forward to defend his home, they shot him. Just another casualty of the drug war. So can you blame Mrs. Bauer for thinking maybe the story was repeating itself?
Yeah, rank up, motherfucker.
I just had an enlightening conversation with the sheriff of Russell County, Kansas. He told me about the drug bust that killed Aaron's dad. Apparently, they found 3 pounds of meth in the house.
That's a relevant fact. Wonder if it's in the Bowers case file.
You really think Mom's the killer?
I hope my hunch is wrong, but yeah, I do.
You better hope your hunch is right. Montrose has himself a big megaphone, and he's been making a lot of noise about how you roughed up his client. What's your plan? Subpoena the boy's files?
Maybe. But first, I think we need to pay Mrs. Bauer a visit. Can we get a search warrant, just in case?
The press is still giving us grief over the way we fumbled the preppy jogger case. They're gonna crucify us if you break into this apartment and come up empty. I hope you know what you're doing.
Preppy jogger? What's a preppy jogger case? Was it the one? It's not the one I fucked up, is it?
NYPD, open up! Mrs. Bauer, if you don't let us in, we're gonna have to force the door. Oh man, what a wreck.
Looks like my bedroom, Kappa.
Make a scene.
Oh shit, the fridge is still open, man. Holy fuck.
Oh, hell. Dead?
She's dead or passed out?
Call dispatch. Yeah, this is Briscoe. We're on the scene at the Bauer residence, and we're gonna need an ME. Looks like a 10109. Yeah, right.
Lights not been working.
Lights don't work.
Could it be the director?
I'm guessing the electricity's been cut off.
I wonder how long. Wasn't Good Shepherd supposed to take care of this kind of thing?
We've got 2 victims now. Let's get a better picture of how they died and how they lived.
Remember, circle objects. Okay. So what are we looking for? We're looking for evidence of drug use. Is that what is that supposed to be? General cause of death. Source of income. Aaron cause of death. Right.
Vodka bottle's empty.
And so's the bottle of Xanax. I think we found our cause of death.
Okay. So drug abuse.
Meth.
Smoking pipe or meth.
Looks like Mom had a bad habit.
Guess we know who Aaron was bringing the candy for.
And knowing meth addicts, I can imagine she wasn't too compassionate when he came home without it.
Okay. Christmas tree. Holy shit, look at this bin. Oh, this is...
Somebody paid Jenna Bauer $1,000 back in April. New Directions Holding Company.
I have a feeling $1,000 checks didn't show up in her mailbox all that often.
I wonder how she scored this one.
The last one, evidence, that's the income, isn't it? Aaron cause of death. So I'm thinking it's something sharp, right? Because he had some sort of head injury. Don't think it was a kettle. He had a blow to the head, but can't quite figure out what it was. What the fuck is that? Is that a lighter? Huh. I can't think of it. I can't see anything. I mean, I know I can move stuff around. I think it's something inside the fridge. What is this? Oh, that's a bottle lid. Wait, is that blood?
Wonder how this fell over.
Mrs. Chalice's Statue of Liberty clock.
Oh, there's a head. No, that's a seed. That's blood on his head. From his head.
Damn it, Lenny. Look, right there.
Blood.
I can guess whose. The poor kid comes home with this crap, and she beats him with it. Satisfied?
Yeah, I think our killer's gonna miss her date in court.
You think she overdosed on purpose? Out of guilt?
Maybe. She's a junkie, Ray. Don't hurt yourself trying to figure it out.
I don't know.
Well, what do you know?
I don't think it's the mom.
It's the caseworker from Good Shepherd. And she's knocking on the wrong door. Oh, hey, miss, the party's down here.
Detective Briscoe? What are you doing?
Oh my god! It's Mrs. Bauer!
I'm afraid so.
Tell me, did the place look like this on Christmas Day?
Well, how should I know?
Isn't that the date of your last visit?
My last visit? I wasn't here on Christmas.
Oh. I'd better call the office about this. Dr. Montrose? Yeah.
I don't know. I feel Dr. Montrose is shady, or she's shady. One of them two is shady. I think it's like she's gonna be like a damage to their image. So they, because I don't know the gender, they finished her off.